What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew. This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
All right, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining me here this afternoon, about 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know what? We've been talking a little bit about the Lions 53-man roster. We've been talking about the team bringing in this guy, that guy, trying to help improve depth. But what we haven't talked much about is the fact that there is potential that two undrafted free agent rookies might end up making the Detroit Lions roster. And that's right. We think that the Lions have a pretty dang good defensive front. Well, there's a lot of talk, and including one Lions insider, corroborated by another one who I chatted with today, that both say the same thing. The Lions may have found absolute gold in the undrafted free agency market with one of their defensive players, and that is defensive end Isaac Ukwu. And I know I think I'm pretty close on the pronunciation of his last name, but Ukwu, hey, we all saw him have the burst, the speed, the bend, the turn, and the acceleration against the New York Football Giants. We all get he's got a big hill in front of him to make the 53-man roster. We also get that he fits a lot of the parameters that MCDC and AG prefer in their defensive ends, especially when you're talking about the overload position that the Detroit Lions prefer to run out of their front, where basically the third end over, the one opposite Hutch, he's not so much there to get after the quarterback all the time. He's there to set the edge and allow blitzers to get in. Ukwu, though, fits both roles. He's big. As you know, he's 6'3", 260-ish pounds, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. And as we all saw against the Giants, like the Lions coaching staff and players have been seeing throughout practice, we think he's got an absolute chance to make it. If you go back to our, about 2 days ago, our 53-man roster, we did have two Lions undrafted players making the roster. We had both Isaiah Williams, the wide receiver, and also Brandon Joseph, the safety, making it. We weren't so certain about Ukwu, but obviously things are changing. The more information we get out of Allen Park and the Detroit Lions, those with feet on the ground, watching the practices, etc., they're all saying the same things. He's getting a lot of reps with the seconds and even starting to get reps with the ones. That would be a strong indication that he's perhaps moved up the depth chart. The Detroit Lions are going to be faced with a massive problem when it comes down to getting to the 53-man roster. We all know, or at least we're assuming, I should say, Marcus Davenport's going to make the team. It would seem like a strong indication that they didn't dress Josh Paschal in the past preseason game against the New York Football Giants. The coaching staff thinks he's A-OK, ready to go. We would assume Aleem McNeil, Broderick Martin, Levi Onwuzurike, DJ Reader, all safe and good to go. I'm going to go on a limb and guess that Aiden Hutchinson is safe. But now here comes the big question. Anybody who's watched Lions Talk Live more than a New York Minute understands, I think, very highly of James Houston. Could it be that Ukwu beats out James Houston for that final roster spot? Currently on my 53-man roster, I have Houston making it, but not so fast. I think there could be a real strong potential that the Lions could end up keeping and having three undrafted free agent acquisitions all make their team. There are more and more reports of when you talk to people who are watching and observing in person, and that's Lions insiders, beat writers, YouTubers, or whatever. Ukwu is making an impression that's not being lost. When you watch how the coaching staff is interacting with this guy, and again, giving him more second-team reps and even some first-team reps, often spelling Aiden Hutchinson in certain situations, that would be a strong indication to me as a coach that they really like what they're seeing there and they're going to test them out more. One of the bigger things I think is going to come down to be the deciding factor is how he performs these last couple preseason games. If we see him out there with the ones or the twos and getting significant go, he makes a couple plays and then they get him off the field, that's probably a strong indication to me as an observer, somebody who's been a reporter covering the Lions for over 30 years. I would say that's probably a strong indication they've seen enough, and they're probably going to push towards him making the 53-man roster. All right, real quick, before I get back to work, let's see what you guys have to say. I see a few of you are in the chat. Walt, what's up, Coach? Woo! Good morning to you, or good afternoon to you, Walt. Hopefully you're having a good one. Dave, what do you got? Hey, I actually caught a live show. It's been a while. It has been, man, and always good to see you on the show. I'm glad to see you. Let's see, Miles Okoro. Yeah, but if you look at a lot of the ends that they're keeping and preferring, he does fit the bill for it. I know I've speculated on the show that, hey, potentially, could Levi move over to that spot? Levi is now about 300, 305, so he would break the mold, but he's another big guy like Levi, like Broderick Martin, like Mekhi Wingo that can push pocket, maintain the edge, force running backs to go out wide, and keep gap integrity. We're all speculating that Aaron Glenn is going to go back to what he did late last year and the year before with a lot of different mixed blitzes, different confusion packages, keep quarterbacks off guard and guessing. That would fill that bill because you would open up passing rush lanes, for blitzing cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers, etc. Walt, he looked good against New York last week. He did, man. He did. And it sounds like this week he's turning even more heads. See, Walt, hit that like button for Dan and the Duke Crew. Woo! And agreed. Thank you. If you guys would, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, etc. Walt, check out the Eisen clip I sent you. Woo! I will do just that, Walt, and just about 4 o'clock when the stock market's done, I'll go ahead and hop on over. All right, guys, if there is some sort of breaking news later today, I'll get it over to you. Otherwise, hope you all have a great day. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll see you all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Happy trail.